Have you ever had a client say, I don't have time during a discovery call? Like time is their main objection. I've got a lot on my plate. I don't have time. The kids are in school. Things are crazy. Well, I've heard that objection. And here's how I turned it around. During one of my discovery calls, I had a potential client named Mary. And while we were chatting, she mentioned she would really love to do my program, but she had a lot on her plate. She was really busy. The kids were in school, and she just didn't see how she could commit to my program right now. Instead of trying to convince her that my program could fit in her busy schedule, I got curious. I started by asking her about her daily routine and how she spends her time. Because if I'm coming from a place of, no, you need to listen to me, you do have time, I'm creating sales friction. I'm trying to tell her something that I don't actually know. I don't know how she spends her days. I don't know what she's doing. So for me to say, hey, Mary, you do have time for this, that's not gonna work. As we were going through Mary's daily schedule, as we were talking about some of the things that she currently does, she realized she had some extra pockets of time that she didn't realize she had. A lot of times people have things going on in their daily lives that they're dedicating time to that don't actually align with their goals, that don't actually align with their values. And then she heard a story of another client of mine who had been in a similar situation as hers. Mary was still a little hesitant, but she was starting to step into the belief that this could work for her. So I challenged her and asked her, what would happen if she didn't make this time for herself now? I wanted Mary to hear that she was choosing to use her time in a way that didn't actually line up with her goals. From her own answers, she heard that. And then I challenged her with that question of, what happens if you don't dedicate this time to yourself right now? And I paused and I let her think about it. And she said, you know what? I do need to do this. I don't need to just do it for me. I need to do it for my family. So once we got to that point, Mary was able to have her own realization that she could choose to make the time or she could choose to stay where she was. So Mary, now that we've kind of looked into what's going on here, what choice are you going to make? Are you going to choose to make the time or are you going to choose to stay where you are? And she said, you know what? You're right. I'm going to choose to make the time. I need to do this. Otherwise, I'm going to keep putting it off. Otherwise, this is just going to be another 3 months before I'm in the exact same position. And I don't want to be here anymore. I didn't tell Mary what decision to make. I helped Mary see for herself what decision she wanted to make. Mary signed up right there on the call with me. She jumped into the program right away. And it wasn't very long before she said to me, why didn't I start this sooner? Because she started to feel so good. She saw the opportunities it was opening up for her. And if you're looking for more tips on how to have successful discovery calls, make sure you check out this video right here, how to improve your discovery calls in 12 minutes.